Ow! Peace and blessings of the both side of balance, omniverses, multiverses, tri-verses, dual verses, a universe be upon you all, an earshot and eye shot of the God. It's your friendly neighborhood Pharaoh Riser, Chef C. Dwamo Tefa Moon, and welcome to another episode of Read Vision Radio, where we seek, analyze, and break down right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, right thinking, right reasoning, and right action from the third eye point of view. Ow! Appreciate y'all for joining me. This is a speed racing show. This is an early show, early edition. Like I said, I got some stuff to be handling. I gotta take care of some things on the late night. So I said I gotta get in beforehand. Y'all gonna have to take care of that 9 o'clock. I'll be with you in spirit. I'll be with you. That 9 o'clock chant. But we gonna get this Paa Taraq in. Okay. So how y'all doing? Whoever, wherever, whatever. Hit that like button. We saw that Bad Knife Power on deck. Always and forever. Whenever, whatever. Whenever, wherever, whatever. Baby. All right, first and foremost, hope everybody all right out there. You know, trying to stay sucker free in the world of sucker MCs. Because it's sucker ducking season. All right? Watch them. They got their own way of life called supreme foolishness. Don't let them get you. You dig? All right, man, you know, about to run through this. I'll probably be here for, I got 40 minutes. We gonna rock out. Try to get an hour in. 40 minutes is better. But let's go. Trying to, you know, stay to my commitments, gods and goddesses, stay into my commitments about what I shook. Sound like with magic. Shalom. Hatat. What's up? Let's go. So the first thing is a preliminary, the daily word of my cool chief Thunderbird Black Eagle, who will be home soon for December 28th is, today is December 28th, right? It is December 28th. Yeah, I'm on point. They make laws just to judge you by them. We in an occupied system, and they make laws just to judge you by them. That's the sign. That's what Chief Thunderbird Black Eagle was saying. They make laws to judge you by them. I went through a whole process today, man. I was taking care of some official business with these Mukasos and whatnot, and I just can't wait to be done with them. Me can't done. I can't wait to be done with these goddamn crackers. Anyway, yeah. So it was just, they could try to set me up, bro. They could try to set me up. He threw, you know, I'm going through some official business, and he was looking at my IDs and all that, and I guess he thought it was something fishy with one of the IDs, and then he gave the eye to the police who's sitting across at a desk. I seen him flash the eye. He stood up, he flashed the eye, and then walked away. I'm looking through the glass behind me. The police stands up when the dude walks away. So the police stands up, and he's rotating to come in front of the desk to stand behind me. I'm like, what is this corny cornball cracker doing? Oh, my goodness, bro. I hate these sucker-ass niggas. These some suckers. Anyway, everything went white because the supervisor that he took the stuff to, luckily I had to deal with him in his own capacity to think. The supervisor was like, yeah, like, what's the problem? It's like, oh no, because I don't understand how this go together. And it's like, look, he got his like ID, social, birth certificate, look at all his ID, mail, like what are you talking about? Man, get that man his stuff, get out of here. He come over there and complain. Yeah, I'm just saying. You heard what the boss said. You tell a pig to sit down. You know what I'm saying? So, Mwalimu Shuja says in the Revolutionary Daily Thoughts, says, home represents a state of being in which the interpretations of reality that direct our actions are consistent with an African worldview perspective that in itself is made increasingly more clear by a constantly developing knowledge of African cultural history. If we are to be African warriors in every intent of the concept, if we are going to put forth the extraordinary time and energy necessary to re-Africanize ourselves and again nation build, we must go back into our ancestral spirit to retrieve and consciously participate in our way. We must choose to be even better than that which we have awakened to in ourselves, and to bring every willing and able African along with us to become this supreme example of Africanity. Never heard that one. Africanity. We must make the time to seriously study the working traditions our ancestors engendered, finding the answers to the questions of why these particular thoughts and behaviors were best suited for maintaining a dynamic African sanity. If we are to truly be African and not some menticidal artificial version of it subsisting under European cultural domination, we cannot commit treason against our ancestors' way. For we are those whom we respect. We become them, and the respect is enough. No matter what lies others may manufacture against us to alter our perceptions of the form of our original traditions, we must willingly allow the spirit of our ancestors to bind our practice of their way to us. Affirm, I am finding and leading our way home. Like that. Because we on our way, baby. We on our way. We guided by the ancient spirits of ether. You know what I'm saying? That's what we guided by. Transforming this decayed form to Pharaoh, the ever living. Thundercats. Yeah. So our Paa Taraq reading for today, our 27th Paa Taraq reading. Yeah, man. Are we proud of that? 27th? We on deck? Is Wunwap commandments on sexual violations. Yep. Paa Taraq, the way. Likum Maria Nwapu Mundaru. For you all, my beloved Muspatu, Nwapians, children of Paa Nataru. You are the unique ones on this planet as the Nagaru Salau Negroid race, called Africans these days. Know this and never forget it. You are the deity who became mortal, and all others are mortals who seek to become a Gadad, deity. You are a deity who became mortal, while all others are mortals who seek to become deities. Do not break the link between your spiritual being and your ever-living spiritual Salafu ancestors. These are your Kahin, divine commandments as Musbatu. Do not be distracted by the evil race or the Dawu, evil of your own race, or the shadow people of any race, for Jawednus, wickedness is what they would have you live in. You are a deity in Jasad flesh. You will be a deity once this flesh is dematerialized. You are a girl becoming an Asha female at your first ovulation, a boy becoming an Ayash male at your first erection, a female becoming a woman at her first orgasm, a male becoming a man at his first ejaculation, a woman becomes a mother with her first child, a man becomes a father with his first child. The female is the divine seed of our race, as she holds the mitochondrial DNA. So if any of your sexist, patriarchal, religious fanatics still wondering why we adhere and recognize our feminine as the sacred amongst us and as the goddess and true creators, it's for that reason, because she's the holder and keeper of the mitochondrial DNA, which are the records of the sacred seed going back to the beginning, the zero-time reference of all zero-time references. We go back so far that to talk about us, you have to start off with once upon a time. That's how far we go back. These are your commandments to avoid the evil ones who seek to take your very soul and lead you into wickedness. For these things are wicked and must be opposed: fornication, adultery, and seduction, that which degrades motherhood. Basic stuff. Lies, disloyalty, and deceit, for they sever the divinity. Unclean ways and lewd behavior and speech, for they corrupt the ka'ah, the spirit, and lead along the path of unwholesomeness. Unclean and unhealthy intakes, for they cause the body diseases and sickness and illness of all kinds, which weakens the akal mind and distracts the soul. By these commandments shall the muspatu live. The worst of them is violated when the lunar is full. When that moon is full, it affects us like chaos, y'all. Having an effect on a human fatih al-fatah, natural nature. And the worst of them is also violated when the lunar is hiding an effect on a human bloodlusting nocturnal habits called the vampire. The children of evil, mudwawu, evil ones, devils, demons, ghouls, witches, and warlocks, sorcerers, wizards of druidism, Wiccanism, and Satanism. They do their evils by day and night. To seek your very Ba'a soul, to feed 6 etheric forces from beyond this world, some came down, others come up. These evil, wicked forces speak to your ta'atafat, emotions, appealing to lower desires, attracting to your lust and greed. Lust is not janus, sex, as sex is not being lustful. There is to be 24 elders over Taha, Rimus, Mera'at, earth. By these commandments shall all muspatu overpower those 6 ether evil forces. A muspatu shall not uncover their private parts unduly before other than one's mate, or uncover their private parts before males or females, or expose them before a child. A muspatu woman or female should not show her nakedness to any man or male. What's that? Muswalu. Or appear unduly uncad before any public persons. A muspatu child, being able to stand on his or her own and walk about, should not go naked or uncovered their private part before any non-related persons. Neither mother nor father shall uncover themselves before their children, nor shall they permit their children to reveal their nakedness before them with sexual intent. If any man touches the private parts of a male or female child for lust, he shall be judged by the 24 elders. If any woman touches the private parts of a female or male child for lust, he shall be judged by the 24 elders. If any adults use a child for lust, they shall be judged by the 24 elders. All of the judgments are inside of the canon. All of the rules and regulations are inside of the canon, which has not come out and needs to come out, because it's how you keep everything civil and in order. But, some people don't want that. Some people want chaos. So, if any muspatu using an animal for lustful purposes, they shall be removed from among the tribe of muspatu after being judged by the 24 elders and found to have committed bestiality. That person is mentally ill. If any adult masturbates in public, they shall be judged by the 24 elders for doing so in the public. Rape is wickedness. To flirt with another's mate is wickedness. To lust outside mating is wickedness. If a woman is zawuha, married, and does not choose to have sexual intercourse with her mate, he should not force himself on her. If a man is married and does not choose to have sexual intercourse with his mate, she should not force herself on him. They should talk about the reasons for the rejections. They should seek to resolve the reasons for rejections. If they cannot agree on the reason for the rejections, then they should bring it before the 24 elders. If the reason for rejections is hygienic or sanitary odor or uncleanliness, this can cause public embarrassment to either, and it shall be held in the private. Somebody's that funky, don't talk about it in front of everybody. If this can't be settled, then the accuser has merit for rejection. If the accused is unable to perform for physical reasons, it has merit. If the sexual partner has contracted sexually transmitted diseases, rejection is with merit. And if the sexually transmitted diseases was contracted after marriage and not by the mate or mates, there is a reason for separation and then divorce after it has been presented before the 24 elders and confirmed. We'll explain something about these 24 elders when we get finished. Adultery is merit for divorce. Abuse physically is merit for divorce. Abuse mentally is merit for divorce. Extreme poverty is merit for divorce. Intoxication and or addiction are merit for divorce. Absent from home is merit for separation, and then divorce after it had been presented before the 24 elders and confirmed intent. Lack of support financially for family is merit for separation, and then divorce after it has been presented before the 24 elders and confirmed. Lack of sexual pleasure or satisfaction is merit for divorce. Too much janus is as bad as not enough sex. All sexual perversion fantasies should be discussed between each other before zawa, before marriage, and a sexual contract, and or sexual contact. If you decide because of sexual perversion or fantasies that you do not want to become mates, what you discussed between do not want to become mates, what you discuss between you must not be made public by slander or gossip. It's private. If after marriage you uncover your mate has not disclosed a secret sexual life, you have merit for separation and then divorce after it has been confirmed. If after marriage your mate reveals a change in sexual choice of gender, hormone gender, or attraction to the same gender as themselves, you have merit for divorce. When a female ovulates, she, by wusabat, and by nature is ready to bear children and become a wife. Yet, her mind has a lot to do with choices, so her parent must be consulted on this matter. When a male has his erection and ejaculation, he is by nature and wusabat ready to father children and become a husband. Yet, his mind has a lot to do with the choice and his abilities to support his family, so his parents must be consulted on this matter. All Musbatu girls should keep their virginity until marriage, and until which she is referred to as Yormartat. Yormartat means princess. The male minor is referred to as Yormar. Yormar is prince. The male adult is referred to as Nisut, Mr., and the female adult is referred to as Nisuttat. The male elder is referred to as Kamam or Mugdal, and the female elder is referred to as Mugdaltat. For most raised under Western laws and system, it is best for a male to take and be accepted by only one wife. However, according to Wusabat, if the Musbatu male has more than one wife, his wives must agree and accept each other. He must treat all equal in all ways. All their children are his children once he becomes mated. A man should not take on a wife or no more than 4 wives if he is unable to fully support his family with the best of things. A man should not take on more than 1 wife if he cannot keep all physically satisfied sexually. All are equal in the household. There could be more than 1 household if all agree this is best for their family. All Musbatu stay out of others' personal relations and family private business. Mind your own business. That's echoing. I put that out there so it can echo. These are some of the commandments of sexual violations and rules. Keep them. And on sex and race, I have taught and often and repeated that no one wins the race in salalism, racism. Because at the finish line, each leaves their physical body behind. All return to the Akaku, etheric beings. All become Ka'au, spiritual beings. All become vibrational beings. Each vibrating according to the etheric level. The highest on the physical world is 9 ether beings. The Nagaru, or Negroids, who is called African, the root race, from who with others from 8 etheric beings become many sub-races. The next on this physical is the 7 ether beings, the Mugalu, Mongoloids, who are called Asians. Their root race from whom was born a sub-race and became many sub-races. The next on the physical world is 6 ether beings, Paa Kakas, the Paa Kakasnadu, the Caucasoid, who is called the European. Their root race from whom was born. Many were not accepted by them as sub-races. Their wizards warned them that they were recessive genetically and would die off if they did not mix with stronger DNA. So they set out world over to mix their genes with other races, yet were ordered not to mix with other sub-races, an order which they did not obey. And because of such acts, such much diseases and sickness is spread around the globe. There is only one divine seed, that is one unique gene strand on the planet Earth from which all others come. Black, brown, then yellow, to red, to pale pink, or mubras, leper, each race having their own albinos. Albinism is not a race. It is a genetic condition that should not be called a disease. The divine race is only one and is recognized by their unique hair texture, kinky, nappy, or woolly hair. All others on this planet Earth don't have wabar, hair. Instead, they share fur, farar, with all other creatures born this planet Earth. This fact does not make them beasts by nature, only a part of the animal family of Taha, Earth. Each race is recognized by certain traits. If any race mixes with the Nagaru, the offspring is of the Nagaru. If the Magalu, Mongoloids, mixes with the Nagaru, the offspring is classified as a Nagaru, a subrace yet Negroid. If a Kakasu mixes with a Nagaru Negroid, the offspring is classified as a Negroid, a subrace, yes, and yet a Negroid. Note the female of each race or subrace holds the genetic traits by her having the mitochondrial DNA. Once she mixes her DNA, she passes on her genes to that race. All except the Negroid race because they hold the dominant gene, the deity gene. Any race or subrace who mixes with Negroids becomes Kahin, divine, even if they just have the divine gene in them from the mixing with the Negroids, because they inherit the deity genes which came down to this planet. So because these deity genes, because these are the strongest genes, and coming down to the Nagaru, those, no matter who mixes in with us, they now take on some of that gene and they inherit that energy and that power and that classification. If any Asian mixes with a Caucasoid, there is a genetic circle and the Asian female DNA dominates as the offspring is Asiatic. Tribal names are not race. Location is not race. Zaim or Zaam, religious, the tat titles are not race. And a nation is not a race. Haman, Mukwano, human beings, and human animals, as well as human beasts, have moved all over the planet and have mixed their Natat seed by will or by rape. No one will win the race and racism and the Dawu evil actions created by the Kakasu Caucasoid race out of fear of their elimination as a race is only working against them. Their racism will be the cause of their own distraction. If they don't race mix, they will fade genetically out of existence. To them, racism is a disease. Love and attraction does not know race because they are not physical, they are actions. Love can be forced upon you by physical attractions taught to you by the media as to who is attractive, who is sexy, as to who is nafirmu, beautiful. Much of this have been done when you are a child and open to brain influence, specifically targeting the divine race of Negroids as well as Mongoloids, by the Caucasoids who use the media to enforce their own image as well as their image as God and the Son of God. This implanted in the minds of others makes it seem all right to want to live in the image of the beast, as he is in the image of the beast himself, as he is in the image of the Son of God. So God must look like his son, and they portray the mother of the son as a Caucasoid. They portray the Chabatu angels as Caucasoids, the apostles, the prophets, but always the devil as dark, Kamim, black. This has been done for many years and implanted in the minds of other races, programming that if you wish to succeed in life, you must look like the Caucasoids race or sub-races, and you must worship their image of God, Son of God, or Mother of God, or like they say in the Korean show I be watching, the Jesus. Like they say on the Kim's Convenience. That's where Shang-Chi from the Marvel, Asian with the 10 rings. He's on Kim Convenience. It's a Korean comedy from Canada. That's where he came from. And him and his mother, they Korean Christians. They be like the Jesus. All right, that is why so many try and look like, act like Caucasoids, Kakasu, talk like Caucasoids, and deny their divine unique selves as Negroids. On sexual gender, make note, and all forms of homophobia were born in the Torah, Bible, Quran of the Abrahamic and Ibrahimic Za'am, religion and opinion. Datat Za'am, religion, opinion. Not before then, and they were created by man, the writing of Leviticus. With Wayikra, laws of the Chaldean Levite tribe of the Kohan priests, children of Jacob, son of Isaac, and the people of these tribes claim it was given to a Levite man named Moses Musa, who they claim was born 1250 BC, of the Torah of the Jawawu Jews, who were not a race. The name Habar Hebrew is not a race, it is an event. The name Chaldean is not a race of people, it is a location. Israelite is not a race, for Israel was a title given to a person, and it was never proven to have a person, and it was never proven to have existed. And as recorded in the Torah, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. The Torah has not been confirmed truth beyond any doubt, nor the persons mentioned within its school or covers were proven to have ever existed beyond any doubt. So the stories found in the Torah have not been confirmed, all of them and each of them. So the stories as found in the so-called first book of Genesis, or its original word called Bereshith, remember this Bereshith? We used to hit them hard with this, meaning reconstruction, was only created some 1,250 years ago, such as Genesis 19, where it speaks of two cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. That was repeated yet changed in another Hebrew story as found in the book of Judges. Also, chapter 19, also called the Shaphitim. So the same story with different Shakasu people, Mushkasu people, at a different time and place, proving it is not a true story beyond any doubt. They have been mistranslated and wrongly interpreted by a mukshash, deceiver, a deceiver suffering from homophobia, passed on to the New Testament gospel by a deformed man named Paul, and a Shasaz Israelite convert to Christianity, also called Saul, born 10 AD to 67 AD at Taurus Mountains of Cilicia, who wrote his own book included in the New Testament. He included what he studied in the Torah on Sodom, and he interpreted it as homosexual acts as a sin. And this was passed on to a man named Ahmad, the prophet of the religion of Islamism, created in 610 AD. And this was passed on to a man named Ahmad. He took most of his book, the Quran, from Jewish and the Kasasu Christian records, both of which have not been confirmed beyond any doubt. So the same applies to the Muslim Muhammad book, the Quran. All are based on stories of the Torah of the Habaru, Hebrews, a book that claims a certain group of people as the chosen Mushkasu people, Chaldeans. It also included Salalism, racism, and hate between created beings as found in Genesis 3:15, hate put between them and their creator, God the Father, of hate in this story. Remember, it's only 1250 BCE, which is 2,361 years ago. These religions have their Nakadsat, conflicts because of Akadat, because of Akkad, faith or religion versus Hakakat, facts, science, and mostly genetics, science, biology on chromosomes, hormones, and reproduction, and the Raham, the womb, how and why. In religion, they live by two extremes, Wawad, good, and Dawaw, evil, two ends of existence, Anak, life, and Mawat, death. So they don't see life, a living between. So they don't recognize the facts of stages of life, no extremes without all between them. Not just hot and cold without warm and cool, and all stages in between. The same with the gender. in both humans and animals. There are no all males genes. He has XY, both. So there are no genes that are just males. Nope. You got your mama in you. The X chromosome is there. You are a composite of the X and the Y. When the Y is missing a piece, and that's what makes a man. A woman that's missing a piece. Pa Muknashtatu, the hermaphrodites, and the Pa Muknashu, the hermaphrodites, existed in both animals and humans. What is called homosexual activity happens between animals. I was just saying this the other night when I started talking about the gateways and the guardians. Many are born a male physical katat body, yet a shah, female spirit. Many are born with a female physical body, yet a male spirit, ka'a, in all stages in between. When you study the facts, you find out that nature is not black and white. Nature is not good and bad. Nature is not body and matter. In fact, nature is circular insofar as gender. You have from Amun Reye, dusk, west, on southward to Anun Reye, shadow, on up to Atum Reye, dawn, east, physical creation. You then have from Atum Reye, dawn, east, up on up to northward to Atun Reye, high noon, north, on over and downward back to Amun Reye, the west. The circle of physical, and in that you all agree that a physical person also has something on the inside of them called the spirit or soul or both. Is we bear witness to that, which is what makes us animists, because we talk about Wu Sabat and our science, but we're animists. We bear witness to the word animus is the core or root of the word animation, right? Or how things are animated. So when we deal with the science, we go into give you the Mukasu's definition. Because I just say animus is the acceptance of the idea that all physical things are animated by a soul. But let's see what the dictionary say. Well, it's the attribution of a soul to plants, inanimate objects, and natural phenomena. The belief in a supernatural power that organizes and animates the material universe. So we're animists. That's what we bear witness to. Okay. Yet you have body and spirit, Mukwantwi, two beings, and they both make up your personality. Who you are on the outside, who you are on the inside. And how you think is not always how you or feel. Ain't that certain? How you think is not always how you feel. These different personalities, sometimes two different beings. How you act outside is not always how you feel inside. This is the same with genetics and gender. There are not only two extremes, male, XY, or female, XX. There are also XYX, hermaphrodites, and YXY, hermaphrodites, and many more in between being abused. Because of the Torah, Bible, Quranic religious faith and beliefs, and not medical facts. And this is why I say that all the brothers and sisters that's still holding on to the homophobic concepts of the Bible, but in the Quran and the monotheistic religious concepts, but still claim that they're free from that and that they so-called semi-conscious, all those things stem from the Bible training, the Quranic training, the Torah, and the Hebrew training. None of that is coming from you studying the ancient relics and in the ancient ways. So stop lying. In Sarai's ancient times, who are what is called gay today were called gatekeepers, the Mufaj'u, guardians, because their physical being could vibrate on a double resonance, echoing, resounding, or resonant frequency. Each person's body vibrates on only one tone, key, or voice, yet they have both male and female, or female and male chromosomes vibrating inside of them. So they access both the male and female energies. So they link from one universe to dual verse, to two verses, and four of them making an omniverse connection, where the multiverse meets, and there is the Bawaba or the Bawab, the gateway to other dimensions. All meet there, the gateways to other dimensions. All meet in the center with a Munbat, a golden child, an incarnated one. So he ends off continuing. It's funny where I left off on the last one I read in Atlantis was going into the moon, the Mufaju, which also emphasizing that we need the guardians to open up the gateways to get on out of here. Right there, he went into detail on them, the being that they have the dual, two of them having the dual nature, open up the dual universe. So 3 of them multiverse, 4 of them omniverse, and that's the ritual. And then having the incarnated one who has the Mafkuzat. If you go back to Pa Banano, when I read the Pa Banano, I don't know what time that was. I'm gonna go back to all the readings and I'm gonna put the goddamn title of the book. Yeah. So that concludes. Yeah, right back. What's up with the family? Yeah, that was the Wusabat and the sexual Wusabat commandments on sexual violations. Yeah, that was heavy, y'all. How y'all been? What's happening? Listen, man. I'm trying to do Anita Baker, giving you the best that I got. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, so what I'm gonna start doing like little, probably come a little earlier because it was like 7:40 when I started, I think 7. So come on like around 6:30, get off at like 7:38 and boogie. On the weekends, I'll do longer stretches, longer shows, but I can't be doing it like that no more. I got to make a move here and there, everywhere. You know what I mean? So, listen, I appreciate y'all. You have any questions, make sure you put them on the chat. And make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. Want to show some love? Cash App, $ Farrell Rising, and naturalnatureherbs.com and farrellrising.com. Told you Cosmic Shop is under construction. So love is love. About to get out of here. You already know the slogan. It's our time. If not now, then when? If not this, then what? And if not us, then who? We got to take over. Y'all walk into our destiny and walk as if the sun, the light of the sun is shining on us at all times. I appreciate y'all. Wadu Muisa, Kabat Washuk. I'm out.